the nod in the decision. So it could be a factor if this goes the distance.
Heavyweights, but you already figured that out. So
not at all.
Oh! Big right hand punch, and that's
it.
Stopping the fight.
In combat sports, refusing to shake hands with an opponent is considered the highest form of disrespect. However, karma often has a way of catching up, leading to unfortunate outcomes for those who engage in such behavior. Today, we'll share an intriguing story that perfectly illustrates this. It was the sizzling spring of 2008 when the first ever Team World Championship in mixed martial arts began at a packed sports center in the Netherlands. Under the leadership of Gegard Mousasi, the Dutch team easily defeated the German team, much to the delight of the local audience. Then it was time for the Russian and French teams to face off. Unfortunately for the Russian team, the tournament had been challenging. The French fighters won the first 3 matches. However, a young fighter named Mikhail Zaitz managed to turn the tide slightly by defeating his opponent, bringing the score to 1-3. Next up were the heavyweights. For France, the massive and muscular Martin Saltysik, boasting a 1-0 record, stepped into the ring. Representing Russia was 19-year-old Kirill Sidelnikov, a student and sparring partner of the legendary Fedor Emelianenko. Kirill appeared to be the underdog, standing opposite the 260-pound Polish-born giant covered in tattoos. With a sinister smile and a determined demeanor, the Polish giant charged at Kirill, who extended his hand in a gesture of respect.
It's the nod in the decision. So it could be a factor if this goes the distance.
Heavyweights, but you already figured that out.
Surprised by such treachery, Kirill quickly adapted and deftly parried the wild swings of his crazed opponent.
That out. Soltysik in the black with the white trim.
Soltysik coming out like a fireball. Big right hands. I do not see this going the distance at all.
Sidelnikov in the all black.
Now, Soltysik doesn't seem to respect Sidelnikov's power at all. Walking forward with his hands down, not concerned about a counterpunch at all.
Sidelnikov is a big man at 229 pounds, and he looks very small compared to Soltysik.
Nice movement, though, from Sidelnikov. Good head movement. He's avoiding the big strikes.
Huge right hand by Soltysik. Just flipping.
Aware of his physical advantage, Saltysik aimed to end the fight in the first round. He launched a barrage of wide punches at Fedor's protege.
Huge right hand by Soltysik. Just flipping above the ear.
Just as I said that, he catches a big right hand.
Warning from our referee, Marco Brusa.
If Sidelnikov is smart, he's going to ride this out and take it into the later rounds. At 271 pounds, it's more likely the guy's going to gas carrying around that kind of weight. You're not going to win by trading strikes with a guy.
However, Kirill astutely analyzed the situation, skillfully maneuvered, and began to counterattack fiercely. Kirill's relentless strikes soon tamed the once arrogant brute, turning the tide in his favor.
Goff told us was his strategy in our fighters meeting.
I think he's getting drawn too much into exchange early on in the fight, though. A little bit of that pride getting the better of him. He's standing and trading with a much, much bigger opponent. Now, you can see Soltysik does not have a traditional boxer stance. Tends to keep his hands down, not throwing very tight combinations. A lot of wingy punches.
This looks like boxing right now. Nothing on the ground as of yet, no kicks. Soltysik getting off of that right hand, but just missing the mark.
Well, Saltysik's scoring a lot of right-hand leads. They're easy to see, so... Whoa! So
the Polish fighter's confidence waned, and Kirill sensed his opportunity, seizing control like a predator on its prey.
Throw a perfect right hand, or even a left for that matter, to cause serious damage.
You can see he throws kind of a clubbing left and right, and even when he blocks it slightly, it still moves him backwards.
Looping left hand by Soltysik. It's the big overhand right that Sidelnikov has to be leery of. They're not beautiful punches, but if they hit, all sorts of damage.
In the final seconds of the round, Kirill delivered a powerful right cross, bringing the fight to a decisive end.
Hard carrying that much weight around the ring. Hands are very, very low.
Are you surprised it hasn't gone to the ground yet?
Not at all.
Oh! Big right hand punch, and that's it!
That is it.
Stopping the fight.
The referee immediately halted the bout, preventing Kirill, known as Little Fedor, from delivering any unnecessary blows to his opponent, who lay helpless on the mat. This spectacular victory, marked by Kirill's signature punch, granted the Russian team a much-needed triumph in the tournament. Fedor, with the proud expression of a mentor, celebrated his student's success.
Looking at us now, Sidelnikov smiling. That right hand right on the chin dropped him. And he is clearly not able to defend himself. Great stoppage, great punch. And the head snapping as he hits the ground, that's a lot of weight to hit at once.
On the cheekbone, just below the left eye, that's a kill switch punch.
And that's the danger in a guy like Sidelnikov, leaving his hands down and being that aggressive. Wasn't covering, didn't have his hands high enough, caught the overhand right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here's the
Very
official
exciting
decision.
winner by KO right here, plus 93.
Fedor's got to be very pleased with that. He threw the right hand like an Emelianenko. Very tight overhand, beautiful right hand.
After this fight, Kirill competed in a few more bouts. However, at the age of 22, he shocked everyone by announcing his retirement, choosing to dedicate himself entirely to combat Sambo. Over the next 5 years, he participated in every possible tournament, winning 5 world championships and 4 European championships. But the professional ring wasn't done with him yet. In 2015, after a 5-year hiatus, Kirill made a dramatic return to the cage. We'll discuss this remarkable comeback another time. That's it for today. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and take care. See you next time.